John Burkett. Loaded arsenal. He throws everything. And the one strikeout pitch that you can watch from home, or at least look for today, is with right-handed batters, 2 strikes, that two-seam fastball that comes in under the hands of the right-handers.
Defensively for the Red Sox, they line it up in their typical fashion with an outfield of Ramirez, Damon, and Nixon, and an infield of Miller, Garciaparra, Todd Walker, and Kevin Millar. Johnny Damon is automatic out in center, and that's not an easy center field to play here at Fenway Park. The catcher is Jason Varitek, and I was only giving you a little ribbing about the catchers.
Oh, I know that.
Not answering the bell on a day game after a night game, and obviously Posada's one of the most durable and a guy who's always in there, but it points out Varitek. I mean, he gets very little time off and is a guy that day after day is back there for the Red Sox. And to me, if I had to pick a catcher to go with in the American League, my #1 pick would be Jason Varitek.
I agree with that. I think he's the best catcher in the American League, perhaps in baseball.
1-0 pitch to Soriano, misses low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Now they say that Soriano all season has hung in that strike zone the way he is right now, but I notice it a lot more over the past month and a half, more than I ever have, and he is there daring to be pitched inside, daring really to be hit with that left elbow. That is ripped foul into the seats, and thankfully some gloves over there. It's 2-1. Soriano only 6 for his last 26, and you see the fall off after the first 50 games.
He has so far this year been a man of 2 seasons. The last 49 not nearly as good as the first 50.
2 balls and a strike. Jeter and Giambi will follow for the Yankees. And that's hit into the gap in left center field. It will get down and go to the scoreboard. And Alfonso Soriano has started this day for the Yankees with a double.
Some pitchers intimidate hitters. Some hitters intimidate pitchers. And Alfonso Soriano is the latter, the way he hangs over the plate. There is really no way to make a good pitch against Soriano because of his plate coverage. That ball was away, not on the corner, but Soriano, right on the fat part of the bat, gets his first hit of the series.
Well, we were here a couple of years ago when Ron Kulpa was the home plate umpire, and we had that incident with Kulpa and Everett at home plate, and have actually changed the outline with which they line the batter's box here at Fenway Park. There is no inside line. So Soriano, as opposed to Everett a couple of years ago, can get with this batter's box as close as he wants to, really, to home plate. They used to have boxes on each side where there was an inside line, and that was the source of the problem for Carl Everett and Ron Kulpa. 1 ball, no strikes on Jeter, who's hitting .423 with runners on this season. There's a strike, and it's 1-1.
Look at the infield defensively. Kevin Millar so far off the line at first base. No first baseman in the American League plays Jeter as far off the line as the Red Sox. Noticed it last night. That is a spot right there that Jeter peppers consistently between the first baseman and the right field line.
Let me ask you this. With that area down the right field line, though, if the ball's hit past the bag and down the line, there's a better chance in this ballpark because of the way it's configured. It'll bounce off that little area down the right side and might be played to a single anyway.
That's true. But with Millar, you keep it from getting to the outfield by playing closer to the line, and that's the point. That's at least the point I was trying to make.
2 balls and a strike on Jeter. Trying to advance the runner, and you see what he does. It's about an even split all the way across, left, center, and right. When he is going hot, he's hitting the ball to the right side of the field with consistency. 2 balls and a strike. Jeter thinks that Burkett took too long, and Burkett is taking a while to bring home this 2-1 pitch. Okay, what's happening here? Varitek's going to go out and talk as Burkett has become a statue out on the mound.
Well, Jim Codd, a terrific announcer now for the Yankees, a great career, 283 wins. One of his favorite sayings was, You think long, you think wrong. And generally speaking, that's right. Dave Wallace, the pitching coach, looking on.
So they did it verbally and a 2-1 pitch. He is low and away, 3-1 with Jason Giambi waiting on deck. So here's Burkett, who is 0-6 in 10 appearances against the Yankees in his career with an ERA over 9.5 in first inning trouble. That is foul and out of play down the right side. It's a full count. When you look at the way this series stacked up, the Boston Red Sox, who came in 2.5 games behind the Yankees, had to think, all right, we've got to win the Pedro game. That was last night. You can't like the matchup today if you're a Red Sox fan, and who knows what will happen with Burkett and Mussina. And then they like the matchup tomorrow with Weaver against Lowe. It's a full count on Jeter. And that's into left field. Pretty well hit, but didn't get it all. And Ramirez will coast and make the catch. 1-on-1 out. Throw behind the runner, and Soriano came within an eyelash of getting doubled off second base. 1 out.
Number 25, Jason Giambi.
I think Manny Ramirez just surprised Soriano with that throw behind him.
Manny Ramirez surprised a lot of Red Sox fans last night, being doubled off of first base, not knowing how many outs there were. So perhaps he was thinking Soriano would fall into that same trap, or at least take his time getting back to second.
Here's Giambi now. The number 3 hitter, the DH, with Johnson playing first base. .259 average, 28 home runs, and that's good for second in the American League.
It's going to be very, very hard for John Burkett to get inside the left-handed batters. That's one of the problems that John has now. He doesn't throw that hard anymore, and you have to pitch Giambi inside to be effective. That's what Martinez did last night when he struck out 3 times.
Came right after Giambi with that first pitch, strike 1. It's well known that Jason had that calcium deposit taken off an eye in the earlier part of the season after getting off to a horrendous start. Hit only .219 his first 51 games, since up over 300. The production is back. The power is back, and here's an 0-1 from Burkett. Trying to go inside and not getting the call. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are the numbers. First 51 games, only 9 home runs. Took him deep into May, and over the last 48 RBIs. One ball, 1 strike, runner at second, 1 out, and now Burkett is taking a while with Giambi at the plate. And now another conference between Varitek and John Burkett.
Some teams appear to be obsessed when a runner is on at second base, and the Red Sox are one of them. We talked about the prowess of Varitek behind the plate, but I think Jason worries too much about guys on second getting his signs. Red Sox may lead the league in conferences on the mound and in front of the mound.
Varitek, most of the time with 2 strikes on a hitter, will just run out and talk to the pitcher with a guy on and not even give signs.
Right.
We have our first chant coming out of this crowd at Fenway as a 1-1 pitch misses down and in. And we've also been fascinated and floored with the way Varitek gives his signs with a runner at second base. Really, sometimes more of that. Moving the hand around the body, around the chest protector. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 with Bernie Williams next. Burkett, a former 22-game winner. That was when he was with San Francisco. 1993, he and Bill Swift were both 20-game winners.
Jason Varitek resembling a policeman in Bermuda, giving those signs.
Ground ball to second, and Walker has time for the flip. 2 out. And over to third is Soriano, who led off this first inning with a double.
Let's take a look at how the Red Sox worked Jason Giambi. We talked about the need to come inside. Backup slider for the first pitch, and then Burkett misses inside. He misses inside again. Then he misses away, and then a little slop drop gets Jason Giambi. Sometimes it's not the pitch, but how you got there, and they impressed Giambi inside and then got him out with a pitch he normally handles.
Since coming off the disabled list on the 9th of July, Bernie Williams is only 11 out of 50, had 3 hits last night. And he bats with Soriano at third and 2 out. And a strike on the inside corner as Williams is right on top of the plate. Joe Torre talking before the game about the importance of getting a runner at third base in this ballpark more than any other, because a base hit to left field doesn't necessarily score a run because it's so shallow out in left. As Williams is jammed, 2 inside deliveries, it's 0-2.
Base running changes somewhat, and Joe pointing that out, that normally you don't like to make the third out at third base, but you would take more of a chance in this ballpark. You could really point to Jesse Orosco with that one batter and the base running of the Yankees to winning that game last night.
This inning didn't start well for Burkett, but it could end well in this crowd. The Red Sox fans hope it ends with Williams standing at the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Soriano at third, 2 out. Numbers against Burkett. He has owned John Burkett 12 out of 20 and the highest average among active players. So who would the Yankees rather have up there than Bernie Williams against this right-hander who is not in the category of a hard thrower? Tries to hit his spots, changes speeds. 0-2. That's Garciaparra, and that's the end of the inning. A leadoff double. Burkett gets around it. Now the Red Sox come to the plate against Mike Mussina. A half inning complete, no score.
Come on in, Derek. I thought we discussed this thing and had it all worked out. You're our starting shortstop. How can you possibly afford to spend 2 nights dancing, 2 nights eating out, and 3 nights just carousing with your friends? Oh.
If you want to enjoy the New York nightlife, bring your Visa card, because Orso, Cheetah, and the Broome Street Bar don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
I've made a lot of news on the baseball diamond, but if you want to find out about this diamond, you gotta go talk to your doctor.
Ready to try Viagra for the first time? See your doctor and find out if a free sample's right for you.
My doctor says it's right for me. That's why I stay with it. For more information, go to Viagra.com.
Gorgeous day here in Boston, Fenway Park. Red Sox playing their 103rd game of the season. And we look at the Boston lineup. They lead it off with Johnny Damon, then Todd Walker batting second. Nomar Garciaparra having a terrific season, hitting third. Manny Ramirez is in left field. Kevin Millar at first. Trot Nixon in right. Bill Miller. What a year he's having, and still nobody's talking about this guy. Jeremy Giambi is the DH, and Jason Varitek is the catcher, and he bats ninth. On the mound is the right-hander, Mike Mussina, an 11-game winner. Johnny Damon first up. And ball 1 outside.
There aren't too many pitchers that come to Fenway Park and say, gee, I'm pitching at Fenway tonight. What a thrill. A lot of success there, but Mussina's one of them. 10-5 in this ballpark.
Overall, 16-11 in his career against the Red Sox as he finds a strike zone. It's 1-1. Damon, then Walker, then Garciaparra. And this Boston Red Sox lineup has been phenomenal. .295 average. They lead the major leagues in that category, but it doesn't end there. Red Sox fans, I'm sure they can't even grow tired of hearing these stats. The Red Sox lead the majors. If you look at the numbers for Mussina, trying to slow down this Boston lineup. Red Sox lead the majors in average runs scored, hits, doubles, triples, extra base hits, total bases, on base percentage, slugging percentage, and sac flies. 1-2 pitch. Damon up there just looking for a mistake, and it's still 1-2. Manny Ramirez part of this lineup with Garciaparra, and here are the numbers. 633 runs, the hits, the slugging percentage, which if they continue at this pace would be historic. 1-2 pitch. 2-2.
You could see Mike Mussina dropping down to a left-handed batter. That's the innovation. Mussina, a very bright guy, finished Stanford in 3 years in economics. He innovates on the mound.
That's wide. It's 3-2.
Mike saw Pedro Martinez last night not getting that pitch. And Mike, you're not going to get that pitch either. Quest Tech is in this ballpark, one of 10 in the major leagues. And umpires umpire a tighter game here at Fenway.
3-2 pitch to Damon. And it's a leadoff walk. That is rare. Mike Mussina, one of the best control pitchers in baseball. Only his 23rd walk of the season. Quest Tech is like, it's almost reached El Nino status.
Quest Tech is not touchy-feely, but Mike Mussina is. He changes speeds off the knuckle curve. He'll drop down, and as we said, he knows how to win here. People talk about his stuff, but it's how he can turn his stuff into that touchy-feely way of pitching.
Here's the number 2 hitter, Todd Walker, hitting .285, and he lines one to first. Nick Johnson looking for Damon, but Johnny was back to the bag, 1 out. The talk of the Quest Tech system, and I know it's got to bore the heck out of people who probably don't fully understand it. I'm not sure I fully understand how the thing works.
I'm not sure I fully understand it.
But it has changed the way games are umpired at home plate in certain ballparks, and Fenway was the first to get it. And because of that, it's really the pitches side to side on the outside edges of the strike zone that pitchers don't get in this ballpark, because home plate umpires are marked down if they grant those as strikes. So last night, with 2 of the better control pitchers in the game, Wells and Pedro Martinez, you had high pitch counts, deep counts on hitters, and it was Dana DeMuth who was the home plate umpire, and I'm sure more than once he said, this is the way they want us to call it. Blame Quest Tech. Damon runs, and no chance for Flaherty. Stolen base number 20 for Johnny Damon.
Johnny, a very alert base runner who reads the pitchers well, and he also chose the right pitch on which to run. That's the knuckle curve in the dirt. Flaherty couldn't come up with it. So Damon on second base with 1 out. Nice play by Flaherty. Otherwise, Damon's on third.
Garciaparra with a runner at second, 1 out, 1 ball, no strikes. That is hit pretty well into center field. Back is Williams at the wall. It's gone. Home run, Garciaparra. 2-0 Boston in the first.
Happy birthday, Nomar. He turned 30 on Wednesday. A high slider or a knuckle curve that didn't knuckle nor curve. That ball was hit a long, long way.
Just another dent on top of that roof where the cameras are planted here at Fenway Park. And with one out, nobody on, Manny Ramirez takes ball one in the dirt. For the Red Sox, their 142nd home run of the season. Garciaparra has 16. And that ties the Red Sox with the Yankees for number 2 in the American League. Everybody looking up at Texas. They lead the AL in home runs. 1-0 pitch to Ramirez. At the knees, outside corner, and Manny Ramirez says, Questek? Questek? 1 ball, 1 strike. Sabe Questek? My friend, Marvin Hudson. 1 ball, 1 strike. Late, strike 2.
Questek no comprende.
Well, it's definitely a hot topic right now because of the way that Pedro Martinez reacted throughout last night's game with the home plate umpire Dana DeMuth. In fact, at one point, I think any other situation, maybe any other pitcher, he would have been ejected for what he did out on the mound with the gestures he made to DeMuth. But I think Dana, fearing riot here at Fenway Park in this kind of a setting, in this kind of a series, didn't want to eject a guy like Pedro Martinez. And to DeMuth's credit, he was very, very patient. What happened after that was that's on the inside corner, and Ramirez falls victim to a pitch that might have been a little bit off the inside part of the plate. 2 out.
Mussina threading the needle inside. You can see Flaherty setting up inside, and that ball was a strike. Sometimes a catcher will catch the ball just off the plate, but the movement, sometimes a pitcher will hit the front corner and a catcher catches it 2 or 3 inches off. Are they that good? Yes, they are.
2 out, nobody on, and now it's Millar. Career high in home runs with 17, and Mussina gets it by him. Strike 1. Here's the end of the sequence with Pedro Martinez to Dana DeMuth, a longtime big league umpire. He says that's enough. At one point, Pedro took his glove off his hand. He said, "Here, you pitch.
Yeah,
you try it."
Saying you're squeezing me everywhere, up, down, east, and west.
0-2 on Millar.
It is highly unusual when you, as you said earlier, 2 guys with marvelous control. David Wells had walked only 6 coming in. He walked 5. Pedro walked 4 last night. Unheard of.
Here's an 0-2 pitch, and that's a base hit into left center field. Williams over to cut it off, and Millar keeps this first inning alive.
By the way, I am not even sure that we will see David Wells on the Yankee bench today. Maybe, but he is in some pain. We were going down to the dugouts when the Yankee bus unloaded today, and walking alongside David. David saying the left side of his lower back, his sciatic nerve acting up on him. He stayed inside, had treatment from Gene Monahan, and didn't come out to loosen up with the team. Joe Torre saying he's not sure whether he'll miss his next start or not, but he is in some pain right now.
Trot Nixon now having a great year, goes the opposite way into left field. Back is Matsui. It is off the green monster. Millar is running around third. They'll bring him to the plate. It's 3-0 Red Sox in the first. Throw down to second, and out is Nixon as Robin Ventura made the throw to Soriano to end the inning, but the run scored before the out at second. And it's a 3-run first inning for the Boston Red Sox. They put up 3 on Mike Mussina. The biggest swing, the home run by Garciaparra. 3-0 Boston after 1.
True to the game. True to his team. True to himself. True to the fans. Truly authentic. Look for this hologram on all Major League Baseball authenticated products, and know a Deloitte & Touche representative assures its authenticity. Available from these fine companies.
revolutionized skateboarding and became the king of extreme sports. Beyond the Glory, this weekend on Fox Sports Net.
The OC, a new series, premieres Tuesday, August 5th on Fox.
Fine rookie season for Hideki Matsui as he leads it off and takes a strike over the inside corner. Let's go back to the final play of the bottom of the first.
Matsui, not experienced playing the monster here at Fenway, goes too far under. He's too close to the wall. Had he backed off, then he feels the ball. A stronger arm handles the play. And perhaps they get Millar at home.
Matsui takes a strike. And to Burkett's credit here, in the early going, he has challenged these left-handed hitters over the inside part of the plate. The count's 1-2. Good numbers for Matsui. And on the inside corner again, 1 out. First strikeout for Burkett.
That was a good tailing fastball by John Burkett, right under the hands to get Hideki Matsui. Thinking that ball is going to be inside. A lot of left-handers give up on it. I guess the best in baseball, Greg Maddux of the Braves at that pitch.
Now it's Nick Johnson. He takes a pitch in the dirt. Yankees happy to have Nick Johnson back. He has missed most of the season. Out for 61 games with a broken hand as he waits for a 1-0 pitch. It's on the outside corner, a ball and a strike, and the Yankees have to hope that the return of Nick Johnson is a little offensive lift in their lineup, as they have also been looking at possible trade partners to help with some of the holes in this Yankee batting order. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
Joe, I think Nick Johnson will help the Yankees offensively, but perhaps not as much. He will help them defensively too, not in catching the ball. Jason Giambi can catch the ball, but he's a poor thrower. Johnson, a very good thrower, and he showed that last night on that 3-6 double play in the first inning.
2 balls, 2 strikes as Burkett gets it by him upstairs. And with 1 out on deck is Mondesi. Three and 2.
With Nick Johnson's stance, you would think that he can't reach the outside pitch, but guys who stand far away from the plate like the ball away. Look how far away Johnson is, but he'll curl that right leg when the pitch is on the way. He curls it in. Generally speaking, a rule of thumb, if you're a catcher, as you see a guy standing that far away, he likes the ball away. He tries to entice you to throw it to him away. Guys who are on the plate like the ball inside.
So another 3-2 pitch from Burkett to Nick Johnson with 1 out. And it's strike 3 call. Back-to-back strikeouts for Burkett here in the second. Right now, here's Jeannie Zalasko with a game break.
And an NL Central showdown in Houston. The Astros tough to stop out of the gate. Lance Berkman doubles home a run. Houston leads baseball with 97 first-inning runs this season, and they lead the Cubs 2-0 top 3.
Thank you, Jeannie. Juan Cruz getting that start for Chicago. See the Cardinals 3.5 out, the Cubs 4.5 out, and I think Jim Hendry has really done a terrific job with adding what the Cubs needed, and now we'll see how it all comes together for Chicago in the final 2 months. But to go out and fill 3 needs with 1 deal, to get a center fielder, a leadoff hitter, and a third baseman, with 1 trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Cubs are a much better club than they were a week ago. Off-speed pitch, it's 0-2, and John Burkett could strike out the side here in the second.
Kenny Lofton now roaming center meadow at Wrigley, and Aramis Ramirez, the third baseman, with promise.
Left side, Miller kicks it, picks it, and throws too late. Bill Miller has made only 8 errors coming into this game, and that is number 9. I'm Almost 100% sure as we wait for the ruling, but this is a ball that Miller will tell you he should have gobbled up easily.
Yeah, that's a big league error right there.
Robin Ventura.
Ball stayed down on Bill and Karam too far away for him to complete the play, and it is a throwing error. I beg your pardon, a fielding error on Bill Miller.
So 1 on, 2 out, and a chance for Robin Ventura. Robin hitting only .249 with 9 home runs, and a check on Mondesi, who has stolen 17 bases this season. A contract push for Mondesi, whose deal expires at the end of this season. Got off to a great start. Joe Torre loves his attitude. Lately hasn't been hitting much as that misses outside. Ball 1 to Ventura.
Robin Ventura, the type of hitter that can hurt a guy like Burkett. I think everybody knows Robin's bat head speed has slowed down. Burkett not a hard thrower, but he's the type of pitcher that Ventura should handle well.
Snap throw down to first, and Millar saves a low throw from Varitek. It's 2-0 on Ventura. A 3-0 Boston lead. We're in the top of the second, and an error has extended this inning for the Yankees. With Flaherty on deck. That's not close, and it's 3-0. Three balls, no strikes. Ventura. Burkett, and strike 1. The Yankees come in at 63-38, the best record in the American League. The Boston Red Sox, the best of the rest, the best of the non-division leaders. 2 games up on Oakland. 60 wins on the season. 3-1 pitch to Ventura. Runner is going. It's a strike. Throw down. Mondesi is out, and the inning is over. Ventura talking to the home plate umpire Marvin Hudson, thinking it was ball 4. Varitek made the throw, and Mondesi caught to end the top of the second. Bottom half coming up. 3-0 Red Sox. The Yankees and the Red Sox, game 2 of their 3-game series. Boston on top 3-0. And Bill Miller, number 2 in the American League, hitting .333, takes a strike.
Joe, we talked about how the Yankees ran the bases so well last night. This is not a good play. You're trailing by 3 runs. It's a 3-1 pitch. Not only being thrown out, but you want Robin Ventura in a situation where he can select what pitch to hammer instead of worrying about the base runner and protecting the base runner. From any angle, that's a bad play. Whether it's Mondesi going on his own or whether Joe Torre sent him.
Miller, Giambi, and Varitek who made that throw. The hitters in the second inning for the Red Sox. And the Boston Red Sox could have never expected this kind of offensive production from Bill Miller. One of a number of guys in this Boston team offensively putting together a career season. And the average, see what it was entering 2002. You've got the home runs, ties his career high, the doubles, the triples. That's on the outside corner, and it is a different strike zone tonight, no doubt, this afternoon, as that's the second strikeout for Mussina and the first out here in the second. Today's Sprint Virtual Manager question. The Yankees hang on to beat the Red Sox again for the division title. What will your reaction be? Ho-hum, it happens every year. George bought another one. Jump off the Charles River Bridge, or who cares? It's Patriots season. Do you like that one?
I did.
One out, nobody on, and Giambi fouls one back toward us. So Tim McCarver, who's beside himself after the options given there, will now type in his answer, and it was well, I was glad to set up your voicemail last week and receive the
yes, you did.
64 messages that people have left you over the past 2 months.
You're telling me a lot about my cell phone that I didn't know.
That's foul, and the count 0-2 on Jeremy Giambi.
You're like a private secretary.
I am. Here. And what's your answering machine say back at home? Hello, I'm not here, obviously. Leave a message and I'll call you back. No balls, 2 strikes. Hey, hi. Giambi checks his swing.
I never wanted to be one of those guys who just sat by the message machine and listened to who was calling before they decided to pick it up.
But it's like
if the phone rings, pick it up and answer it and say hello. I mean, it's not that tough. Instead of being discriminatory about who's calling.
Caller ID is the second greatest invention since electricity. 1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I'm not sure electricity was founded when this city was built. This city, Boston, became a city in 1822. Electricity wasn't around then, was it? I don't think so.
Do that to me. I don't. I'm going to say no, but
I'm going to say no also.
2-2 pitch. Giambi tried to hold up, could not. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Mussina to start the second inning. 2 out, nobody on, and Varitek is coming up for Boston against Mussina.
Mussina has come out and made just perfect pitches on first, Bill Miller, and now you think about that ball starting around the letters, ending up at the knees to get Jeremy Giambi. Nasty.
With 2 out, here's Varitek, who is a career nothing hitter against Mussina. Only 2 out of 33, and he's not alone in this Red Sox lineup, but this year is different. This Boston team is an exciting group to watch, and they're also going to be interesting to watch as we all approach the trading deadline and then get into the early part of August when deals can still be made as long as players clear waivers, and that, I would imagine, will happen quite a few times even after the end of this month. There are the numbers for Varitek against Mussina. To me, if this Boston team comes up with one more solid frontline starter, and that's easier said than done, this team will give the Yankees and any team in the American League all they can handle throughout this regular season and into October. 2 balls and a strike on Varitek. They're a resilient team. They're a thrilling team to watch, and for Joe Torre, he's been playing keep away so far at the beginning part of the season with this Yankee club.
There are a lot of lesser teams, talking about the Red Sox, that would have folded the tent with the types of losses that they've suffered this year, excruciating losses, and yet they continue to bounce back. Tough loss last night, trying to bounce back today.
2-2 pitch. That's on the outside corner. And the inning comes to a close. Varitek has a few words for the man he has to sit in front of for the next half inning as Mussina strikes out the side. 3-0 Red Sox. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Gonzalez and the D-backs take on Sosa and the Cubs. Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
It's the top of the third inning. It's 3-0 Boston, as it will be Ventura, Flaherty, and Soriano. Grady Little has been the man in charge of this Red Sox team. A guy who early in this season didn't know what to expect every time he went to the bullpen, and that Red Sox bullpen has been fantastic over the past month as Millar almost handcuffed Burkett going to the bag. John with a nice play, 1 out.
A catcher, number 17.
That'll bring in Flaherty.
John Flaherty.
So there is Grady Little, who was a player manager in the Yankee organization back in the early 70s. Here's Flaherty hitting .254, backing up Jorge Posada. He's hit 2 home runs in his career against Burkett, 5 out of 11, and that's why he's in the lineup. That and the day game after the night game thing. Strike 1. Off-speed pitch is hammered down into the left field corner, and Flaherty will dig for second and make it with a one-out stand-up double. Well, it was almost like Burkett just pushed that ball to the plate, and Flaherty was waiting for a high changeup.
That's an interesting description, because that's exactly what it appeared to be. A real hanger in the middle of the plate, about belt high, a pitch that you can hit off your front foot. If your hands are back, you can be fooled on the pitch. Nobody was better able to do that than Stan Musial, number 6 with the Cardinals, the best front foot hitter in the history of the game. John Flaherty showing you how he does it.
It's a breaking ball. I said changeup, but it's just a high pitch that stayed up there. And now Soriano, who doubled his first time up and then was stranded. RBI situation, and he fouls it out of play, strike one.
What happens on a pitch like that, Joe, the speed of the pitch fools the hitter, and naturally the weight shift's going to be on that front foot. Watch how Flaherty is fooled on the pitch, but his bat stays back and he's able to supply his own power. That's a front foot double right there.
Strike one on Soriano with a runner in scoring position, and one out here in the third inning. That was a front foot off balance swing and a foul into the glove of Villar for the second out of the inning. And with two out, Flaherty at second. The batter will be Jeter. Next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, the Cardinals will try to keep pace in the NL Central as they take on the Mets, and the Giants battle the Reds. Also, the Dodgers try to gain ground in the race for the wild card when they square off against the Braves. The Diamondbacks battle the Cubs. It all begins next week with This Week in Baseball at 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Central here on Fox. Now it's up to Jeter. Derek flying to left his first time up. So here we are with a runner at second and more communication trouble between Varitek and Burkett. Worrying about sign stealing out at second base, and I know we've talked about this before. There are some hitters who, even if the runner at second base was 100% sure they had the signs, wouldn't want it. Wouldn't want it relayed to them at the plate after watching the sequence from the catcher. That's to the shortstop. Garciaparra gets a high hop, and Burkett is through 3 shutout innings, gets around another double, and the Yankees strand their second. It'll be the top of the order for Boston in the third, up by 3.
Now, Gillette presents the Mach 3 Turbo Close Shave Play of the Week.
Coming on his Hunter, he dives. He makes a spectacular catch, and the game is over. Holy Toledo, what a finish. Everybody in the Metrodome on his or her feet applauding Torrey Hunter, who just saved the game.
This Close Shave Play of the Week brought to you by Gillette's Mach 3 Turbo.
Tune in each week to Fox Saturday Baseball.
California,
The best new show of the fall is coming this summer. The OC series premiere Tuesday, August 5th on Fox.
Top of the order for Boston in the third inning. 3-0 Red Sox have out-hit the Yankees 3-2, but then you can see that. One error in the game. It belongs to Bill Miller, and a strike is over the outside part of the plate to Johnny Damon, who walked, stole a base, and scored on the Garciaparra home run in the first. One ball, one strike. We have some dates for you, Tim, with regard to electricity.
You do.
Yes. 1-1 pitch.
Forgot about Benjamin Franklin with the kite.
But you can never say when was electricity invented. Electricity was always around. It was when was it harnessed for commercial use?
Yes, that's better. That's a better question.
1878, the light bulb.
Okay, Thomas Edison. Yes.
We're really wading into dangerous territory.
It's all right. We've been there before.
That's
We're
right.
experienced in it.
Telephone, 1876. The telegraph, 1844. When was cable invented? There was always cable. It just took somebody to harness it. Somebody like Ted Turner who had a vision.
So when this city became a city, that was before the telegraph, before the telephone, obviously, and before the light bulb in 1822.
Look at that baby.
And obviously before that.
That's like we're at NASA, huh? Huh?
Dishes,
satellite dish.
Dishes in 1822 were made of pottery.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And not nearly that big.
Damon, Walker, Garciaparra. Oh, yeesh.
Oh, why?
Not that. Just the overall.
Yeah.
Damon hitting .268. Red Sox hoping that Johnny can pick it up at the top of this order. They can get him going. Imagine what it will do for the middle of this lineup that just doesn't miss pitches to hit.
Changeup.
And low. 2-2.
That was that 3-fingered grip from Mike Mussina. The knuckle curve he actually holds with the fingertips. But right here you can see that middle finger. The farther back in the hand the pitcher holds the ball, the slower it's going to go to home plate.
Now it's 3-2 as Damon, who did this in the first inning, got behind early in the count, worked it full, and then drew a walk. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And he's done it again. Another good at bat by Johnny Damon, just trying to get on base, doing his job, and that's the second walk handed out by Mussina. Our Radio Shack trivia question. Yankee reliever Jesse Orosco made his major league debut on April 5, 1979. Who was his manager? I know you know the answer to that.
Yeah, I do.
And I would say most do, having read the articles that were associated with that deal made as Damon draws a throw. One interesting sidelight to that deal is now Don Zimmer has someone to hang out with on the road. Where are we going tonight, Jesse?
Zim would like that.
That's rather close because Damon had a huge lead as Walker waits for the first pitch, hitting .285.
That distinctive bow when stretching to hold runners close.
Damon is running. Chance for Flaherty. And Damon is out for the first out of the inning. Perfect pitch to handle for Flaherty, and he did not miss his chance.
Gosh, you talk about a quick release and a great throw by John Flaherty. A good jump by Damon. He went in head first the last time. He goes in feet first this time. Quick tag applied by Derek Jeter to get Damon for only the 3rd time this year.
Has 20 steals, been caught 3 times, and Walker pops it up. Shallow left center, Bernie Williams. 2 out. Here is our Radio Shack trivia question and answer. Jesse Orosco made his major league debut on April 5, 1979. Who was his manager? Joe Torre with the New York Mets. Orosco, by the way, pitched a 3rd of an inning. No hits or strikeouts on opening day at Chicago. Retired Bill Buckner. And he's been retiring left-handed batters like Buckner for decades. With 2 out, nobody on, here's Garciaparra, who's homered. Strike 1. Back in the first inning with Damon at second and one out. That made it 2-0, and Mussina, by that reaction, knew it right away.
We talked about Nomar celebrating his 30th birthday on Wednesday, and in attendance, his fiancee, Mia Hamm. Quite a soccer player.
No balls, 2 strikes. Last year went crazy on his birthday, number 29. This year, his 30th birthday was 0 for 4. But he's homer today and is a lifetime .354 hitter against the Yankees here at Fenway Park coming into this game. 0-2 pitch from Mussina. Ball 1. Shares his birthday with Don Drysdale, Pee Wee Reese, and baseball legend Monica Lewinsky.
2 of the 3 in the Hall of Fame.
To the shortstop. That's Jeter on 2 hops. The inning is over. A leadoff walk, a man out stealing. Time for a nap. We go to the 4th inning. Yankees coming to the plate, down by 3.
Sosa.
Jace!
Hey, oh, come on. 2 out of 3.
I don't think so.
Hey, who paid Bruce?
We move to the 4th inning, 3-0 Boston. 3 runs in the first, RBIs by Garciaparra and Trot Nixon. And for Burkett, he has struck out 2. The Yankees have stranded 2 and lost a man on the bases. Here's Giambi. Takes inside, ball 1. Jason whiffed 3 times last night. Bernie Williams will follow, and then Hideki Matsui. 1-0 pitch, 2-0.
Remember, the first time Giambi was up, the first 3 pitches were inside. But now Burkett has fallen behind 2-0. You try to jam a hitter, 2 balls and no strikes. That's not a good time to jam him.
And a big rip and a foul by Giambi.
You could see Veritek coming back inside.
There's obviously a concerted effort on the part of Veritek and Burkett to work these left-handed hitters inside and not pitch timidly to these Yankee hitters. 2 balls and a strike.
Back in there.
And not getting the call. It's 3-1. We have seen the fastball hit 83, 84. That's about it from Burkett. Giambi with 28 home runs on the season. Full count. And a dangerous foul ball into these seats at Fenway.
Five straight pitches inside to Jason Giambi.
The league leader in walks waits for a 3-2 pitch from Burkett. And that is the 85th time that Giambi has drawn a free pass.
6 pitches all inside to Giambi. Count them. 1, like Sesame Street again. 2. That one missed in. Now 3-2 pitch, very close, but clearly inside.
So the leadoff man is on for New York for the 2nd time this afternoon, and here is Bernie Williams. Bernie grounded out with a runner at 3rd and 2 out in the 1st. Scooped up by Veritek, ball 1.
Hit sequences on Sesame Street usually come from Oscar the Grouch.
Oscar or the Count. 1-0 on Williams. 3 out of 6 in this series. Red Sox start the day 3.5 games out in the AL East. That's into left field. Manny Ramirez, 1 on, 1 out. Bernie Williams picks up his own bat and takes it back to the dugout. 0 for 2, and here comes Hideki Matsui. Got a visit before the game from a couple of police officers from Salem. Matt Desmond and Mike Shea. I want to say hi to Marine Staff Sergeant Kevin Gillen, who served in Iraq and is coming home from Camp Pendleton soon, and Lieutenant Chris Reedy, a naval aviator who is home on leave after a tour in Afghanistan. We get a lot of those notes and are happy to pass them along when we get the opportunity. 1 on, 1 out. Here is Matsui, who struck out his first time. Bad misses, low and away.
Still holding Giambi on at first base. Grady Little elected to do that with Bernie Williams hitting, and now another left-hander. A guy like Matsui, who hits a lot of ground balls to the right side.
Giambi has only attempted 1 steal this season, and that, the way you say that, leads me down the path of asking you, do you think they should hold against Jason Giambi at first?
No. I think it's pretty clear right here, particularly with Giambi on at first base. Yankees trailing by 3. You could play back into the position where that little dirt is right there. And I'll guarantee you Giambi would not try to run knowing you're back there.
But the old automatic hold on employed by the Red Sox. 2 balls and a strike on Matsui, who has hit 10 home runs this season. And right at Millar. Boy, they had him in a perfect spot in a 3-6-3 inning-ending double play. Kit, it's all about defensive positioning in this game. Perfect. And the Boston Red Sox with a clear example of why they are so good.
Sometimes comedy isn't pretty. This is one of those times.
I just hope I don't end up like you, 50 and angry. I'm 37.
Damn, Cookie, you gotta moisturize.
Louie, a new comedy coming this fall to Fox.
3-0 Boston, bottom of the 4th inning, and Manny Ramirez first up for the Red Sox. First pitch swinging, and that's down the right field line. It's trouble. If it's fair, it might go. It is gone, and a home run for Ramirez. Right around pesky pole down the right side, and it's 4-0 Boston here in the 4th. Hit in a spot for a home run unlike any other across Major League Baseball, slicing it down the right field line. Ramirez hits his 25th of the year.
Because he sliced it, I didn't think that ball was going to stay fair. When the ball gets above the roof here at Fenway, the wind can do some damage. It tried to go foul, but to the Red Sox benefit, it stayed fair. I didn't think that ball was going to stay fair.
Here's another one down in that area, but a chance for Mondesi in and to his left for the first out of the inning. A typical foul ball, and then you see the eyebrows start to raise because you realize you're in Fenway Park and it's a different story.
See that body English of Manny Ramirez trying to keep it fair, and he did.
Nice smile from the native of New York, Manny Ramirez, who sits down after his 25th of the year, and now with a 4-run lead, Trot Nixon takes a strike.
Manny growing up in Washington Heights, within 5 or 6 miles of Yankee Stadium.
And year after year after year, he puts up big numbers, whether it's with the Cleveland Indians or with the Boston Red Sox. One of only 5 players to hit 300 or better, hit 30 or more home runs, and drive in 100 or more runs over the last 4 years.
Barry Bonds has made the statement that he was born to hit, and who could refute that? But certainly Manny Ramirez, born to hit.
With one out, a 1-1 pitch to Nixon, who has an RBI double. Misses 2-1. Nixon stepped to the plate back in the first inning with the 6th best average in the American League. They have top 10 players in categories all over the American League offensive charts. Nixon is on there. He's 1 out of 2 as he grounds out to Johnson. And we look at Bernie Williams and we hear some of Bernie's music, which was just recently released as we have our Pepsi fan cam here in the 4th inning at Fenway.
Pick it, Bernie.
Miller to Bernie Williams.
He can pick it.
The Journey Within. La Salsa and Me. That's the name of this title. Another run for the Red Sox. They lead by 4 after 4.
The OC, a new series, premieres Tuesday, August 5th on Fox.
I'm so sick of our parents controlling our lives.
Nick Johnson first up for the Yankees here in the 5th inning. Raul Mondesi and Robin Ventura will follow. And there's a strike from Burkett. So Burkett has been aggressive. He's walked 1. He struck out 2. He has allowed only 2 hits. Staying inside on a left-handed batter in the count 1-1.
Don't know how this game is going to unfold for John Burkett and the Red Sox, but John appears to be pitching with a great deal of resolve out there.
1-1 pitch. Too tight.
And judging from John's quotes the last couple of days, he was a bit miffed that it has been printed by sports writers in the area that the Red Sox are trying to make a deal for a starting pitcher. And in the process, get rid of, maybe move John Burkett back. I can understand his, I don't know if it was anger as much as it was
frustration.
Frustration, refuting the fact that, hey, a big league starting pitcher. And he's done a fine job for the Red Sox.
Wonder what he thinks of Fox broadcasters who come in and say that the Red Sox should deal for a frontline starter.
Well, I mean, you know, nobody can have too much pitching. I think John's point was not at the expense of me.
Missing inside, it's a full count. Johnson struck out his first time. That is a foul ball. Theo Epstein has tinkered with this bullpen, acquiring Kim, who initially was brought here as a starter, then shifting him out to the bullpen. There is Theo. Or is that his twin brother? No, that's Theo. And then getting Sauerbeck, which I thought was interesting for a number of reasons, as a leadoff walk is handed to Nick Johnson. This fall, the NFL returns to Fox as Bill Parcells comes to Dallas to return the Cowboys to glory, and Mike Vick and Donovan McNabb battle for the title of best quarterback in the league. The biggest stories in the NFL are in the NFC, and the NFC is on Fox, returning September 7th.
I think people in this area can understand Bill Parcells coming to a new team and turning it to prominence.
That's right. That's what the group down in Dallas, led by Jerry Jones, hopes will happen with the Dallas Cowboys as Mondesi bats with 1 on and nobody out. 4-0 Boston, and a pitch up and in. I thought the Sauerbeck deal was interesting because A, it makes the Red Sox much more dangerous in the late innings against that one key left-handed hitter. They got him leading into this weekend series against the Yankees. And they got him instead of the Yankees getting him from the Pittsburgh Pirates, as Mondesi hits one in the air to left, and that'll play for Ramirez. Last year the Red Sox did it to New York, Tim, when they got Cliff Floyd, and the Yankees were reportedly interested in him. But it speaks to the depth in the organization, and with some of the younger pitchers that the Red Sox had to deal. Lyon was the big part of it, and we understand he is injured, and there are some questions as to that deal. He's got water on Manny Ramirez in his back pocket. That's interesting. But the Yankees were trying to add to their bullpen, and right after they got Sauerbeck, the Yankees turned around and got Jesse Orosco after getting Armando Benitez. See what Benitez has done, and he was a big part of the victory last night for the Yankees, as was Orosco, picking up 2 key outs. 0-1 pitch, Ventura. He's jammed, and that's into left field for the man with water in his pocket. 2 out.
That is odd, because I mean, think about when he's going to have time to drink some. That's 1-1 the count here. I think I'll have a little swig of water. Nah, there's no way the ball's going to be hit to me this pitch. He's recorded the last 2 outs with water in his pocket. That should not be, I mean, you know, we're kidding about it. That should not be allowed. You can't do that. He's out of uniform.
1 on, 2 out. Flaherty, who doubled into the left field corner his first time, takes a swipe at that. Strike 1.
You've seen outfielders a lot of times going after balls, sliding in to make a catch if he goes in. Here's Manny with water in his back pocket. That is not the way to wear a major league uniform.
I mean, I could understand the helmet with the 2 cups on the side and the straws coming down.
Yeah.
But a bottle of water in your back pocket, come on.
What is this, a hike?
0-1 pitch, Flaherty takes a ball.
I mean, we understand the need to drink water, but come on. Bizarre.
Got a compass in his right pocket.
Never know. You needed one last night. Or needed better eyes to see how many outs there were on the scoreboard. That is the strangest sight. I didn't notice it until you said something.
Well, I didn't notice it until our camera people showed it. 1 on, 2 out. And a check swing. Foul ball as Flaherty got a piece of it. Veritek couldn't hang on to it. It's 1-2. Theo, do you know you have a left fielder in your lineup with a bottle of water in his pocket? Anyway, just thought I'd leave you this message in the 5th inning. Good luck today against the Yankees. Burkett trying to sail through 5. 1-2. Into left center field, and Damon glasses down, puts it away. He and Ramirez may share a sip of water on their way back to the dugout as we're halfway through this Saturday game, and the Red Sox lead by 4. Halfway through this game, bottom of the 5th inning, and the bottom 2 in the order coming up for the Red Sox. That means Giambi, Veritek, and then Johnny Damon. That's on the outside corner. Strike 1 to Giambi. Well, we've seen a bottle of water in the pocket of Manny Ramirez, and now Trot Nixon is eating applesauce out of the cooler down in the dugout. Don't know if that was in his pocket or if they also have PB&Js with the crusts cut off in that cooler as well.
Spread the blanket, guys.
1 ball, 1 strike. Giambi struck out, now shows bunt. Pulls back from ball 2. That surprised Ventura. Almost jumped out of his uniform coming in from his third base position. Robin Ventura, talking before this game, is not a big fan of the infield here at Fenway Park. Thinks it's the toughest in the league as Giambi flies one into right. Didn't get all of it. And Mondesi is back for the first out of the inning. We look at each team's disabled list, brought to you by WebMD. Johnson is back. Contreras, they hope, middle of August. Carsey has missed the entire season. And for the Red Sox, only Robert Person, and he is starting to get back on the mound. Bad hip. They're having some arm trouble in years past. And then John Lieber is on there as well. He's missed the entire season, and there's an outside shot that he'll get a chance to pitch for Joe Torre before the end of this 2003 season, but they really hope to have him in the fold for 2004.
Roger Clemens will retire at the end of this year. I think that was a very, very good move, looking to the future by signing John Lieber and realizing that with proper rehab, the Yankees will have a former 20-game winner pitching in their rotation next year.
Mussina is one of the few guys locked up they know they can count on beyond this year. Weaver is another, but now you read Weaver's name in trade speculation. Pettit will be a free agent. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Varitek with one out. Up for ball 2, 2-1. The Boston Red Sox this season have 15 wins and 13 losses in the final at bat of a game.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Last night the Yankees winning in their final at bat as Varitek went, and the count 2-2. Dana DeMuth, who wasn't calling them on pitches last night behind the plate, rings up Varitek on that check swing, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not close, full count.
You look at Jason Varitek's 2 at-bats this afternoon. You know he's not picking Mussina up. He's jumping at the ball. It's one of the worst things a hitter can do. Hitters try to wait and have quick hands. When you jump, it's like that bobblehead doll. Eyes, head bobbing up and down.
Varitek strikes out for the second time today. That's 5 on the afternoon for Mussina. 2 out, nobody on. Back to the top of the order and back to Los Angeles. Here's Jeannie Zelasco with a game break.
And a comedy of errors in Houston that is, of course, unless you're an Astros fan or maybe even Craig Biggio. Oops, Aramis Ramirez stops at third, and then Alex Gonzalez will bring it home courtesy a Jeff Blum error. Cubs still trail 2-1 bottom 6.
Jeannie, thanks. As Johnny Damon, who's drawn 2 walks, is started with ball 1 up and away.
Joe, of all the elements in National League ballparks, I think that's the most unfair element. There is no way a center fielder can expect to have that little hill that is in straightaway center field at Minute Maid Park down in Houston come up on him all of a sudden. It's just not fair. It should be taken out. It should be leveled, and it shouldn't be there.
Damon with a 1-ball 1-strike pitch coming his way, takes ball 2. They call it Tal's Hill for Tal Smith, their club president. And if they lose a guy like Biggio on a play like that in center field, you might find a bulldozer in Minute Maid Park the next afternoon. 2 balls, 1 strike, now 3-1 as Johnny Damon threatens to walk for the 3rd time today.
A park that comes to mind that had a similar feature was Crosley Field in Cincinnati, the old Crosley Field. It went out in 1969.
3-1 pitch. Another walk to Johnny Damon. Mussina had walked 22 all season, and he's walked Damon 3 times this afternoon.
And we saw 9 walks by Wells and Martinez in last night's game, and now 4 here by Mike Mussina this afternoon. 2 of the 4 have scored, by the way.
Now here's Todd Walker. Check on Damon. It was the Polo Grounds, wasn't it, where they kept the batting cage out in center field?
Yeah. Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. Forbes Field. They used to keep the batting cage here where that Stop and Shop sign is, right next to the 420 sign. I don't know whether they still do. I would imagine they do.
That's up and away, and it was right out of that opening that you saw the Red Sox grounds crew wheel out the batting cage back in 1967.
In 1967, Carl Yastrzemski went 0 for 4 in Game 1 and took extra hitting after his 163rd game of the year. And the next day hit 2 home runs to beat the Cardinals. That evened the series at 1-1. Then the Cardinals took the first 2 at Busch Stadium. Then Jim Lonborg, who had won Game 2, came back to beat the Cardinals in Game 5. Red Sox also won Game 6, and then Bob Gibson and the Cardinals won Game 7 here at Fenway. Number 8, Yasmataz. What a player.
And a good pick by Nick Johnson over at first to save an error and keep Damon out of scoring position here with 2 out in the inning. We saw that play with Matsui in left field. Yastrzemski is known as the best at dealing with the Green Monster here at Fenway Park.
He was the best. Then finished off his career for about the last 10 years playing first base here at Fenway.
4-0 Boston, bottom of the 5th inning. And a 1-ball 1-strike count on Todd Walker, who's 0 for 2. That's off the end of the bat and should play for Matsui Williams. It is Matsui, and the inning is over. A walk, a man left. That is the first man stranded today by the Red Sox. After 5, 4-0 Boston.
Starting August 8th, Fox is moving Wanda to a new night, and she'd like to thank the network executive who made it all possible.
Wait for it.
Don't mess with Wanda. Fridays at 8:30 starting August 8th on Fox.
It is still 4-0 Boston as we go to the 6th inning. Alfonso Soriano, top of the order for the Yankees. Jeter and Giambi will follow against Burkett, who's been terrific. Ball 1 low and away. Still only 2 hits allowed. A couple of walks. A couple of strikeouts. Soriano has one of the 2 hits, a double back in the first. Burkett did well to get around it. That's on the inside corner as Soriano has to pull the hands back. It's 1-1. They have 5 innings from Burkett. And it's Embry, the hard throwing left-hander, getting ready for Boston in their bullpen in case there's any sign of trouble here in this 6th inning. That is a sign of trouble. A base hit into left field. A rocket hit out there by Soriano. And the leadoff man is on for the Yankees for the 3rd inning in a row and the 4th time today.
The shortstop, number 2, Derek Jeter.
This could be the last hitter for Burkett, depending on what happens with the lefty Giambi on deck and Embry getting loose in the bullpen.
John Burkett has had only 2 complete games since 1997. And he's done a terrific job, but I think even with the shutout, if Jeter gets on, you could see Embry. Giambi the next hitter.
That's a strike on the inside corner. Jeter is fly to left and grounded out. They're comparing the 2 shortstops, and when you compare the first 444 games played between Garciaparra and Soriano, Garciaparra comes out on top, even with the fast start that Soriano has had to his big league career.
If Garciaparra played in New York, he'd be as big as Jeter.
This guy who hit 370 one year.
Yeah. Won batting titles in '99 and 2000.
Compare Soriano and Garciaparra. 444 career games at the start of their career. Nomar hit 320, Soriano 282. Nomar 92 home runs, Soriano 84. And almost 100 more RBIs for Garciaparra, but hitting in a different spot in the lineup as the count goes to 0-2 on Derek Jeter. We thought that was inside and lodges a complaint with Marvin Hudson, the home plate umpire.
Close.
No balls, 2 strikes. On the outside corner, 1 away. And Jeter talks to Hudson again.
Only a handful of times in a season will you see Derek Jeter take 1 called strike in an at-bat. To take 2 consecutively, highly unusual. 1 inside and this one outside.
That last pitch even better than the one before it, as that ball tailed a ton back over the outside corner.
It did.
Now it's Giambi, runner at first with 1 out. And strike 1. Giambi is 0 for 1 with a walk.
When you see Burkett working to Giambi, through 6 pitches inside his last at bat, 3 the first at bat, starts him off with a inside fastball with a man on first base. You get the feeling that Burkett wants Giambi to get himself in the hole by pulling the ball foul. Or at least that's the way he's pitching it. Pedro Martinez struck him out 3 times last night.
Soriano, in case you're wondering, and I think it's, well, I won't say unlikely, but running in this situation, you would scratch your head with a guy like Giambi at the plate down by 4. Number 2 in the league is Soriano with 27 steals, yet Burkett is keeping him close over at first.
And the Yankees trail by 4. We saw the result of that in the 2nd inning when Mondesi ran on a 3-1 count, was thrown out. Sometimes managers will allow a runner to run and put the hold sign up for some young runners like Soriano.
Boy, that was close. Late tag applied by Millar.
The throw was low. A runner at first base can get a little farther off with a right-handed throwing first baseman because he has to come across his body to make the tag. That's an extra half step.
0-1 to Giambi. One of the rare deliveries outside, and trying to keep Soriano on his toes. Varitek throws behind him. On deck is Bernie Williams. This Yankee team comes in 9th in the American League, hitting .268. Pitching, they're 5th with an ERA as a group at over 4.06. Defensively, they're 11th in the American League. Yet as a group, they have the best record in the AL as Giambi takes ball 2. And that's why you cannot overestimate or underline enough the presence of Mariano Rivera in that bullpen for the New York Yankees.
Absolutely.
He is such a difference maker at the end of a ball game. They have had trouble getting to Mariano Rivera. Rivera has had to come in the 8th inning. Joe Torre trying to avoid that. Couldn't do it last night by calling on Rivera in the 8th. Varitek got a big base hit to tie the game, but Kim gave up a run in the top of the 9th. It's out of play.
Yeah, of course, the Yankees have a long way to go. They trail by 4 here in the 6th inning. But we did talk to Joe Torre and asked Joe if Rivera would be available since he threw 40 pitches last night. Joe said, I don't know yet. This was about 11:30 this morning, an hour and a half before game time. Sure, he had to talk to Rivera, ask him how he felt, but I would be shocked if he brought him in the 8th inning this afternoon. Maybe the 9th inning, but not the 8th.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Giambi. Runner at first, 1 out. 4-0 Boston in the 6th. That's too far outside. 3-2.
Oohs and ahs from the faithful here at Fenway, but that ball was outside. Boy, he's made some pitches today.
Three-2 delivery. Runner goes on ball 4, and it's 2 on with 1 out. And now a decision. Bernie Williams coming up 0 for 2 today, but 12 out of 20 in his career against Burkett, and Grady Little almost like saying, I don't want to do it. We'll see. Jogs out to the mound with Embry ready in the bullpen. So 3 walks on the afternoon for Burkett. And I don't know if Grady Little had his mind made up before he left the dugout.
I'm not sure either, Joe. Usually if a manager jogs to the mound, he's not sure. And that was the case there. He probably asked Burkett the old, how do you feel? That's perhaps the most frequent asked question from a manager to a pitcher on the mound. How do you feel?
Our game summary is brought to you by GMC Professional Grade. We're in the 6th inning, 4-0 Red Sox. Mussina's been touched for 4 earned runs in 5 innings. Burkett outstanding so far, and Garciaparra 2-run homer in the 1st. Manny Ramirez a solo shot in the 4th.
First 2 times up, Burkett has gotten Bernie Williams out with balls out of the strike zone.
This one is popped into shallow center field for Johnny Damon. 2 on, 2 out, and a big out picked up by Burkett. And now it'll be Matsui.
Bernie Williams, it's hard to get Bernie angry, but he was angry after this swing. A strike to hit, and he gets under it. You don't see Bernie Williams react like that very often.
That's it for Burkett. With a switch hitter, Bernie Williams, even with the success Williams has had against Burkett, Grady Little left Burkett in the game. Now it'll be Embry against Matsui when we come back.
Oh, I should have used Preparation H.
Cool it fast with new Preparation H cooling gel. Now with vitamin E and aloe. Cools on contact for fast relief. New Preparation H cooling gel with vitamin E and aloe.
Get in less trouble where I'm from.
John Burkett and the Red Sox should be awfully pleased with the effort he gave today. 5 2/3, only 3 hits. The ovation as he walked off, and then tipping his cap to this crowd, which gave him another surge in the ovation as he gives way to the bullpen. And it's Embry, the lefty, to deal with Matsui. 2 on with 2 out. 4-0 Boston, and the fastball is poured in, up and in, ball 1. Great numbers for Burkett, who is winless in his career. 10 tries against the Yankees.
What a proud performance by John Burkett this afternoon.
A 1-0 pitch. Doesn't take you long to realize that what Alan Embry brings to the mound is a left-hander who can throw hard.
I was thinking the same thing, Joe. 3-1 on the year, his 41st appearance, and a guy who's probably got as good a stuff as a setup man in baseball. You won't find too many guys who throw any harder, who are just plain nasty, any more than Alan Embry.
Matsui looking for a big 2-out hit for the Yankees. Runners are going, and a ground ball to second will end the inning. So the runners took off, but Matsui grounded out to Walker. Burkett, an outstanding job today for Boston as they lead by 4.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Bottom of the 6th inning, and Mike Mussina is back to the hill. 4-0 Boston. Only 7 hits total in this game. Great work by Burkett. And Mussina is trying to keep it a 4-run game. Heart of the order for Boston. That means Garciaparra, Manny Ramirez, and Kevin Millar. Nomar has hit a 2-run home run in this game. He is grounded out. 70 RBIs on the season. The 1-0. Into center field will send Williams back on the run and over his head. Garciaparra will dig for 2 and hold with a stand-up double.
Talked about the glare earlier in the ball game. This is not the easiest ballpark in which to track down fly balls. Bernie Williams did not get an immediate jump on the ball hit by Garciaparra. Not a ball that he should have caught, by the way, but a ball perhaps he could have had he had just another half step. As it was, he missed it by about 6 inches. You can see right there that hesitation going to his left. Didn't appear that he picked the ball up immediately, and Garciaparra with a double to open the 6th inning.
And his numbers this season: 12 triples to lead the American League, 30 doubles now. To go with his 16 home runs as Manny Ramirez takes ball 1. .329 average. His 25th home run was a slicer down the right field line back in the 4th. Just stayed fair and just got out. To third. Ventura looks back. Garciaparra. 1 out. So a big out picked up by Mussina to keep Garciaparra at second, and now Millar will step in.
First baseman, number 15, Kevin.
Just checking Manny's pockets to see if he still had that water. Nope. He doesn't hit with water in his back pocket, but he feels with it.
Kind of in a playful mood today is Manny Ramirez.
Yes, he is. Notice that.
Just hanging out in the park.
Much more playful than he normally is.
Here is Millar with a runner at second, 1 out. Ball 1 from Mussina. Millar has driven in 64 this season. That is hard hit, knocked down by Jeter to save a run. And it's 2 on with 1 out on what should be a base hit by Millar, his second of the day.
Jeter not only saved a run, he saved an advance by Garciaparra also by keeping the ball in the infield. This ball is scalded towards short. A lot of topspin, coupled with the fact that Jeter had the base runner to worry about. That could have obscured his view. But a nice play, just keeping that ball within range. It keeps Garciaparra at second, but clearly a base hit, and Stottlemyre out to talk to Mussina.
So it's 2 on 1 out. Stottlemyre with a visit. And our Sprint Virtual Manager question: if the Yankees hang on to beat the Red Sox again for the division title, what will your reaction be? Ho hum, it happens every year. George bought another one. Jump off the Charles River Bridge, or who cares? It's Patriots season. And by 6%, ho hum, it happens every year. That is your answer on the Sprint Virtual Manager question. Now with Osuna and Hammond getting loose in the bullpen, here is Trot Nixon, who's 1 for 2. Two on, 1 out. Nixon pops it up. Left center field and easy for Bernie Williams. 2 on, 2 out. That'll bring Bill Miller to the plate.
Mohammed, it doesn't happen every year, but the Red Sox have finished second behind the Yankees 12 times since 1938. Now keep in mind they won in 1946, 67, 75, 86. But they have finished second behind the Yankees 12 times in the last 65 years.
5 times within those 12 by 5 or fewer games as Miller takes a ball outside. Bill is 0 for 2. He has struck out, flied out. You don't even have to dig deep into the history books to understand the frustration between these two teams as Miller takes ball 2, 2-0. 99, 2000, 2001 on through this season, where the Red Sox start today 3.5 games out of first in the East, but 2 games up on Oakland in the wild card. Wild card team with the Red Sox in 99 as Miller hits it into left center field. Bernie Williams with a diving catch to end the inning. What a play by Bernie Williams. And even some Red Sox fans have to applaud that effort in left center field.
He got a jump on that one, Joe.
Saved 2 runs, keeps it a 4-run game. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Gonzalez and the D-backs take on Sosa and the Cubs. Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
At 6, the news is on Fox 5. Fox 5 News.
It'll be Nick Johnson, Raul Mondesi, and Robin Ventura. The scheduled hitters in this 7th inning for the Yankees. Embry finished off the 6th. And Johnson up there hacking, strike 1. Matsui hit a sharp ground ball to the second baseman to end the 6th with 2 on. And the pitching between Burkett and Embry has been very strong this afternoon. More action for the Red Sox out in their bullpen as Todd Jones gets loose. A 1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. You can email the booth, and in the truck they have selected a Joe, isn't it a bit early for a playoff beard from Brock in Manitoba, Canada. Grown this beard to break up the monotony of my face. The 1-1 pitch. Johnson fouls it back and out of play. 95 miles per hour, 1-2.
The monotony of your face. I've never heard that as a reason for growing a beard.
It's just monotonous. Getting up every day looking at this face. It's something different. Surprising. You don't really remember it's there, and then hey, whoa. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nick Johnson trying to get something going for the Yankees in the 7th. Oh, nearly clipped by that pitch up and in. 2-2. Hey guys, Manhattan or New England chowder? It's from Cliff. FoxSports.com. You can email us in the booth. My answer, that's easy.
1 with tomato, 1 with cream.
I go tomato. That's into right field, hit on a line, but right at Nixon, 1 out.
I don't. I think the Red Sox can catch the Yankees this year. I really do.
Was that you responding to the email with the chowder?
Yeah, I thought that question was symbolic.
Oh,
not necessarily our taste.
Comparing Manhattan
chowder
to New England.
Yeah, I think
better?
So. I don't know.
I was just answering it.
No,
seriously.
I really do. I think the Red Sox this year are more capable of catching the Yankees than in years past. I think the Yankees have problems that they haven't had in years past.
With 1 out, as you look at the standings, a strike
As far as the real chatter is concerned, I agree with you. I prefer the Manhattan
if you can
also.
avoid going to the cream-based soup.
Yes, right.
I think
no cholesterol.
Most people would be advised to go away from the cream.
However, the clams are much better up here. However,
Steamers. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out, nobody on. Mondesi is 0 for 2. He reached on an error back in the second, with the Yankees down by 3, and then was thrown out trying to steal on a 3-1 pitch to Ventura. Best chance for the Yankees today came last inning. Strike 2 on Mondesi. Leadoff hit by Soriano, a 1-out walk handed to Giambi. Grady Little stayed with Burkett. Burkett rewarded his confidence by getting Bernie Williams on a fly ball to center, and then Embry got Matsui to end the inning. Two and 2. Embry ought to be thrilled with the addition of Sauerbeck in the Boston Red Sox bullpen to get some help. It also frees up, I would imagine, a guy like Embry to get more work, where Grady Little doesn't have to save him for that one left-handed hitter.
That's a good point.
That's into right center field, a base hit, 1 on 1 out as Mondesi reaches for the second time today. This week's clutch performance, brought to you by Viagra, is from Monday night's Cardinals-Padres game. Bottom of the 10th inning, San Diego's Miguel Ojeda. It's the first game-winning home run of his career, and the Padres get a 5-4 win. It was just San Diego's 5th win in the last 34 games against St. Louis. Now that's clutch. And that replay at the end reminds you that it doesn't matter how many games out of first place you are, a game-winning home run leads to that bounce up and down at home plate. Padres 27.5 games out in the NL West. Here comes Posada to pinch hit for Ventura. Last night, Posada went deep, took Pedro into right center. Great effort by Trot Nixon, and they are used to that here in Boston. Now Grady Little's going to come out of the dugout, and with Todd Jones ready, Ruben Sierra on deck, he's going to go to the right hand.
I question this right here. I mean, the way Embry is throwing, I know there is a green monster beckoning in left field, but the way he's throwing, I don't take him out right here.
Plus, both Posada and Sierra are better left-handed hitters.
Yeah.
Make sure you pull your hat down real low, where all you can see is the catcher's mitt.
Major League Baseball Charities is a proud partner of Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
All right, kids, today we're going to talk about pregame rituals. You want to take your shoes and you want to point them directly south.
Through programs like RBI and Rookie League, they bring baseball and softball to kids around the world.
What are you doing, dude? You can't move the shoes.
When you're the pitcher, you're in charge. Show no fear. Keep the hitter honest.
Together, they create a positive place for kids.
Carol Owens, star of T.O. Dogs Dallas and the feel-good dance best, Pom Pom. You watched him rewrite the rule book in Sharpie and hung 10 with his thrilling island antics in Hawaii T.O. Now appearing in his most lucrative adventure yet, Contract Year. The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
I'm David Spade. I'll be chaperoning the Teen Choice Awards. Tune in. We're going to be staying up till midnight. Some of us. Not me.
The 2003 Teen Choice Awards, Wednesday, August 6th on Fox.
Fox Sunday is being invaded. First, what could plunge Springfield into eternal night?
Oh my God! Space monsters are invading us!
Dad, that's a moth.
The Simpsons. Then, Bonsai has invaded America.
Don't miss new betting opportunities!
Critics call Bonsai fall down funny. All new Bonsai. Then, it's the invasion of the party animals.
Everybody out of here, pronto!
Who's the fat chick?
Malcolm, followed by a bonus Simpsons. The invasion begins with Futurama and King of the Hill at 7 Fox Sunday. Fox tonight, a home invasion, a desperate chase, and cops are caught in the crossfire.
Get down!
And all new cops. Then a young woman is found dead, her son and unborn child missing. You could help solve this mystery. And all new America's Most Wanted. It all starts at 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
Jorge Posada now will bat left-handed against the right-hander Todd Jones. Jones has been a nice find for the Red Sox. After they picked him up on the heels of his dismissal from the Colorado Rockies. Cut, signed with Boston, and now a big part of their setup crew. That's with both Colorado and Boston. But the numbers are good since he joined the Red Sox bullpen. A good fastball in for a strike. It's 0-2. Jones, who earlier this year was better known as a regular columnist for the Sporting News, is now concentrating more on what goes on the field. Not to say he wasn't then, but he is in some key spots for this Red Sox pen. And Posada leans back from a 92-mile-per-hour pitch, ball one.
Pitchers can become energized when traded to a contender. You can see his numbers with Boston better than with Colorado. Seen pitchers throw harder, just kind of lifted up out of that malaise.
That is rocketed into right center field. It's going to get down one hop over the wall, ground rule double. And it's second and third, only one out. And Ruben Sierra will come to the plate.
Embry on the bench, and we talked about Embry swinging. I mean, you had the hole open on the right side. You have Posada with the home run last night. I just don't understand why Grady Little didn't stay with Alan Embry for at least two more hitters. Then perhaps, or one more hitter to have Embry face Posada. But I mean, the quality of his pitches, I mean, a guy gets a base hit. But, I mean, Embry was throwing hard. I mean, awfully hard. You have Posada not hitting as frequently from the right side. The same with Sierra, both switch hitters.
Now time called to the plate. This is an easy move with Sierra batting for Flaherty. Posada's already in the game. They'll keep him in. He'll do the catching. Ruben Sierra hits for Flaherty, who was 1 for 2 while he was in there. Ball one off the inside part of the plate. So it was a hit by Mondesi that led to the move by Grady Little to take Embry out, bring Jones in, and the Yankees with a golden opportunity here to get on the board in the 7th. That will get out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sierra, hitting .280. Sierra's been a nice addition to this Yankee team. Made a lot of starts when Bernie Williams was still on the disabled list. Has over 2,000 hits in his major league career. And Joe Torre has confidence now in him. Up in a big spot for New York, and he steps out. .283 career home runs, which is 6th on the all-time major league list. Home runs by a switch hitter. That's a strike. It's 1-2.
Sierra thought that ball was inside. I think he can expect to see another pitch of that caliber. The graphic to which Joe alluded.
Second and third, 1 out, and Sierra hits it foul back off the end of the bat. The Red Sox in their half of this 7th will have Giambi, Veritek, and Damon as Again, with 2 strikes on a hitter, Jason Varitek is out to talk to Todd Jones.
You're in a situation where Jones is throwing hard enough to blow the ball by Sierra, and you don't want to give in to him with an off-speed pitch. Sometimes you just have to stay with power, and in my view, that's what Jones and Varitek should do right here. If you go away from him, you're giving in to Sierra. I don't care how many times he fouls it off. Just keep pounding him inside.
Away and a base hit up the middle. 1 run scores. That's Mondesi. Here comes Posada, and it's a 4-2 game.
They gave in to Sierra. You pound him in. He showed he wasn't getting around on the fastball, and they went away, and Sierra, predictably, you don't know what, it's not that easy to sit up here and to say what should be done. But I guarantee you, when a guy's not getting around on the fastball and you go away, you're giving in to the hitter. And that's what Todd Jones and Varitek did with that pitch. Roped up the middle.
Enrique Wilson, who is celebrating his 30th birthday today, is pinch running for Sierra over at first. As the lead has been cut in half, and now Dave Wallace will come out and talk. I would imagine Joe Torre was thrilled to see Grady Little come out of the dugout and take Alan Embry out of the game with both Posada and Sierra coming up.
I was thinking the same thing, Joe.
Very good switch hitters, but left-handed batters. And what's followed is a double, a 2-run single. Still only 1 out. Now the tying run is at the plate, and Soriano is the man up there. 2 out of 3 today.
And in making those moves, Joe Torre has his defense set. Wilson will stay in the game and play third. Posada's the catcher. And they also have speed on the bases now, as they have cut the lead in half.
Now it's Soriano, who has hit 24 home runs this season. Wow. Hammering at that first pitch, strike 1. This bullpen in July for the Red Sox, a 3.12 ERA. Right at the top across Major League Baseball. But today, Jones has faced 2, given up a double and a single, and now brings home an 0-1 to Alfonso Soriano. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-2. Jones working inside with Soriano in that stance and that left elbow hanging into the strike zone almost. Oh-2 pitch. Got him away. 2 out. Inside, and then down and away. Second out here in the 7th.
Todd Jones with some Getty up on this fastball. Off the plate away to get Soriano. See Varitek even sitting off the plate. The luxury you have when you're ahead of the hitter.
Now it's Jeter, who's 0 for 3. A foul ball for strike 1. The Yankees 2 out of 17 with men on. And Jeter, as we mentioned earlier, number 1 across the major leagues, hitting .423 coming into this game with runners on base. He is the tying run at the plate. And that's up and away, a ball and a strike.
Thinking about that Sierra at bat, He even complained about that inside fastball, the home plate umpire, Marvin Hudson. So not only did he foul the ball off that was inside, he complained about it. He did not want the fastball inside.
Here's a 1-1. Good fastball from Jones, 1-2. The former closer with Houston, with Detroit. Jeter at the plate. Two balls, two strikes, and what a reaction from Todd Jones after not getting that pitch.
That tailing fastball, a reaction from Jones and from Grady Little.
Veritek trying to calm down Jones. Does Jeter look for a fastball from an angered Todd Jones? It's up out of the strike zone, and now Millar is going to try to help Todd Jones get control of himself.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to do that, because you could see him trying to throw that last ball 200 miles an hour.
This could be Jones' last pitch of the day no matter what, with Giambi on deck and Sauerbeck ready in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Jeter lines one into left field. That ball's going to hit the wall. Heading for third is Wilson. They're going to hold him. Now he runs through the stop sign, and the inning is over. Willie Randolph said stop. Enrique Wilson said I'm going, and with that and out at the plate, the inning comes to a close. So instead of Giambi up with 2 on and 2 out in a 2-run game, it's time to stretch at Fenway.
We saw Hideki Matsui misplay a ball in left field going too far under. Manny Ramirez, who plays that left field wall well, not a good fielder, but he played that one well. But the key thing, Joe, as you said, running through the stop sign 2 runs down. Willie Randolph, the third base coach, tried to hold up Wilson, but he said no.
Jeremy Giambi took a strike from Mussina. And now a ball, and if base running helped win the game for the Yankees on Friday night, last night, and 2 important stolen bases by Enrique Wilson, base running has hurt the Yankees in today's game, and this top of the 7th inning is not the only example of that. As we watch Enrique Wilson run through the stop sign put up by Willie Randolph.
With that shot, it does not look like he's even looking at Randolph, but Willie right there clearly with that left arm up, hold it, hold it, hold it, and Wilson was out by 5 feet.
1-2 to Giambi is clunked in the air to Soriano. 1 out. And this crowd gets on Jeremy Giambi, who's 0 for 3 and hitting under 200. 1 away, and Veritek, who applied the tag on Enrique Wilson, digs in 0 for 2. So in the top of this 7th inning, 2 runs on 4 hits, only 1 left, and the Yankees have hit into a double play and lost 2 on the bases. Veritek has had a tough time with Mussina today. Ball 1.
Well, that was such a cruel way to end that top of the 7th inning. The Yankees, instead of having the tying run in scoring position in Derek Jeter, had Wilson erased at the plate. That erases also Jeter. And Boston maintains a 2-run lead. You have the meat of the batting order coming up. And Giambi, Bernie Williams, Matsui, not to be.
Strike 2 on Varitek. Varitek set up for and hoping to avoid his 3rd strikeout of the day. Johnny Damon on deck. He has walked 3 times against Mussina today. Just missed the outside corner. 2-2. Sauerbeck will be the pitcher for Boston. The top of the 8th inning with Giambi, Bernie Williams, and Matsui. Nick Johnson, another lefty, due up 4th in the inning. Varitek, a full count. Nineteenth consecutive home sellout for the Boston Red Sox. They are packed into Fenway. And watching a 3-2 from Mussina. That's foul down the left field line. They can get more into this park now with those seats on top of the Green Monster in left. A new addition for this season. 3-2 to Varitek. Another foul. Might stay in play. Enrique Wilson is there. And he makes the play to get the 2nd out of the inning. And Tim, Johnny Damon is wearing a microphone for us. He walks to the plate. And we look at his day today. He walked in the 1st inning and stole 2nd. Flaherty couldn't make a throw. Walked in the 3rd inning and was thrown out by Flaherty. And had this to say to John next time up.
I liked it better when you didn't make a throw. I liked it better when you didn't make a throw there.
Should I haven't thrown you out in about 8 years.
Said I liked it better when you didn't throw. And Flaherty said, I haven't thrown you out in 8 years. As Damon fouls one out of play off to the left, strike 1.
That's a tough 0 for 8 years.
Just to clean up some housekeeping, it's Posada staying in the game behind the plate. Enrique Wilson, as we just saw, made the play on Varitek, taking over at 3rd after the Yankees pinch hit for both Ventura and Flaherty. 0-1 pitch. That's out of play. 0-2. Mike Mussina's done his part. 3 first-inning runs, and that's a rarity against Mussina. A sliced home run down the right field line by Ramirez in the 4th. And as he approaches the 100 pitch mark, he is a strike away from getting through 7. Ball 1.
How rare is it for a team to score against Mussina in the 1st inning? His first 18 starts this year, nobody scored against him in the 1st inning until the Red Sox did it on that game we did July 5th.
Damon takes high, and over the last 37 games he's pitched, Mussina had allowed a total of 4 runs in the 1st inning. Today 3. A 2-run home run by Garciaparra and a 2-out RBI double by Trot Nixon. Still 2-2 on Damon. Heart of the order will bat for the Yankees in the 8th, and then you look ahead. Can't bypass the 8th, but you look ahead to the 9th inning, and it may be Byung-Hyun Kim on the mound trying to save a game against the Yankees. Here at Fenway, 2-2 pitch is on the inside corner. Strikeout number 6 for Mussina, and we go to the 8th. The big bats, Giambi, Williams, Matsui coming up against the newcomers, Sauerbeck. 4-2 Boston. A 4-2 Red Sox lead. We go to the 8th. And Scott Sauerbeck, who described himself as a curveball flipping freak, takes over with Giambi at the plate. And a foul tip hung on to by Varitek. So these Yankee hitters now will have to deal with a new lefty in these late innings, especially a guy like Giambi, who down the stretch should see plenty of Sauerbeck. That's on the outside corner. It's 0-2. Pretty good fastball from the left-hander, who had lefties hit .204 against him in his 4 years with the Pirates.
Two different deliveries, too. He dropped down on the first one, over the top on the second fastball. A lot to worry about if you're a left-handed hitter.
A foul to keep it 0-2. Here are Giambi's thoughts on dealing with a new lefty, Sauerbeck.
You try to find out the pitches that he does have and watch a little bit of video and maybe some of his approach on some of the guys. But like I would say, every hitter is different, you know. Unless I were to maybe see some tape on how he pitches Barry or somebody else, you know, in that power hitting position, you know, that would help. But, you know, just knowing his pitches, and then after that, just go up there, see the ball, and hit the ball.
Well, he just saw a pitch. The Red Sox fans behind home plate saw a pitch, and by the grace of Marvin Hudson, is Giambi still at the plate.
Sometimes umpires don't pick pitches up like that. I've had umpires tell me they don't. When you drop that far down, the curve comes from nowhere.
Giambi pops it up left side. Manny Ramirez staggers after it. 1 out. Giambi 0 for 2 with 2 walks today.
Of course, he got the out anyway, but on the 1-2 pitch, moans and groans. But look how he drops down. That can obscure the umpire from seeing the pitch. Pitch may have been inside anyway, but he drops down at that right angle where the umpire has to pick the ball up. I think Jason got a reprieve right there. That probably had him struck out, but he made the out anyway.
Bernie Williams now 0 for 3 and frustrated today by Burkett, the starter, who went 5 2/3 shutout innings. Williams came in 12 out of 20 in his career against Burkett, and today grounded out with a runner at third, 2 out, flied out, and with 2 on and 1 out, fly to center. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jesse Orosco and the job he did last night notwithstanding, the Boston Red Sox got the best short inning setup relief left-hander available out there when they got Sauerbeck from Pittsburgh.
No question about that. This guy can pitch. You talk to any of the left-handed hitters in the National League, they'll say, I don't want any part of this guy. He is nasty, and nasty's good when it concerns pitchers.
Williams up on the count, 2-1. 2-2. So no doubt advantage Sauerbeck as these Yankee hitters get a look at the left-hander for the first time. Giambi also said when we sat down with him, it takes 7 to 8 games against him to get a good feel, as Sauerbeck's going to have to make a tremendous play. Cannot. And that ball goes into the camera well. Bernie Williams will end up at second with 1 out.
One of the problems with the delivery like Sauerbeck has, when he comes off the mound and finishes his windup, he's not in a position to field the ball. Got to be a throwing error. It may be a base hitting an error. But you can see him kind of leaning toward first base, and he tries to make the play too quickly. Of course, he can't set himself to throw. But watch how off balance he is when he makes the pitch. And then by the time he gets to it, he tries to throw it too quickly. He throws it wild into the photographer's well, and Williams is on at second base.
Now another lefty, Matsui. Matsui hits it in the air to left. Manny Ramirez to his left. 2 out. Right now they're calling it a straight error as opposed to single E1, and it's 2 out, a runner at second with Nick Johnson coming to the plate. The new MLB Authentic Collection Performance Batting Practice jerseys and caps are here. Now anyone can get them. Just visit MLB.com. Sauerbeck trying to do his setup work. But who is he setting up? Byung-Hyun Kim, who was tagged with the loss last night, is getting loose now. And you know his history, big games against the Yankees. World Series 2001. There's a strike to Johnson. Bernie Williams at second with 2 out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Johnson has struck out, walked, line to right. Hit it hard against Embry his last time up. Just inside, 2-1. Walker, Garciaparra, and Manny Ramirez coming up for the Red Sox in the bottom of this 8th. That's why the Red Sox picked up this lefty from Pittsburgh. A wide strike. It's 2-2. The crowd starts to rise here in the 8th. Ripped into the right field corner. It is a 1-run game. Nick Johnson will dig for second with an RBI double. And it's 4-3 here in the 8th. An error in the inning, a 2-out RBI double, and Grady Little with Mondesi coming up, and the tying run at second with 2 out is going to go to his bullpen and call on Byung-Hyun Kim.
Sometimes a curveball pitcher will get under a pitch like that, and all it is a spinner, and that's what happened to Scott Sauerback. The error very costly in this inning.
Another chance for Kim against the Yankees here at Fenway.
Biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
A home invasion. He's running. A desperate chase. And cops are caught in the crossfire.
Get down!
And all new Cops at 8/7 Central tonight on Fox. Ryan Atwood was a good kid caught in a bad situation.
You gotta have a plan. Some kind of a dream.
And things were about to go from bad to worse.
I want you out of my house. Mom, where am I going to go?
Only now, he's getting another chance at life.
You brought him home?
In a whole new world.
He's not a criminal mastermind. He's a kid who has nowhere to go.
But in the OC, nothing is as it seems.
Welcome to the dark side.
Fox presents a new series about one kid who had nothing to live for.
Oh! This is how it's done in Orange County.
And one family who needed something to hold on to.
I don't want this kid in my house anymore.
Where's he supposed to go?
He has a family. It's not up to you to decide whether or not they're good enough.
Welcome to the OC.
What do you think of Newport?
I think I could get in less trouble where I'm from.
You have no idea.
The best new show of the season premieres Tuesday, August 5th on Fox.
Garcia.
Sauerbeck gives up the RBI double after committing the error earlier in the inning. And here in the 8th, the Yankees are a well-placed hit away from tying it. And who's on the mound? Byung-Hyun Kim, who started the season with the Diamondbacks. Started in their starting rotation. Came to the Red Sox as a starter, and now he is in the bullpen trying to close. And a fastball for a strike over the inside corner. Kareem Garcia is the pinch hitter for Raul Mondesi. Mondesi 1 out of 3, and it's a lefty Kareem Garcia. Ground ball, base hit right field. Here comes Nick Johnson. The throw by Nixon to the plate, is too late, and the Yankees have done it to Kim and the Red Sox again. It's 4-4 in the 8th. Kareem Garcia delivers off the bench for Joe Torre.
It doesn't matter who it is. Anybody in a Yankee uniform spells gloom to Byung-Hyun Kim. Last night, the Yankees beat Kim. Today, they tie it against him. Fine base running by Garcia, who goes to second on the errant throw by Nixon. Johnson scores. And Garcia to second base.
Now the Yankees are a hit away from taking the lead as Posada stands in and pops it up on the first pitch. Right center field, and it will be Damon to end the inning. The Boston Red Sox went out to get somebody to anchor their bullpen. They chose Byung-Hyun Kim, and the Yankees have gotten to him again. Mike Mussina is going to head back out and work in the bottom of the 8th inning against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. That means Walker, then Garciaparra, then Manny Ramirez. And the Boston offense is asked to go back to work. Kareem Garcia stays in the game. He's in right after pinch hitting for Mondesi. 1 ball, 1 strike.
For those of you fans who may not remember 2001, games 4 and 5. 2 out, 1 on, with the Yankees trailing by 2 runs in games 4 and 5. They tied it with 1 swing. Tino Martinez, then Scott Brocious.
That's into left field. Pretty well hit. Back is Matsui. This ball is off the monster, and it's a leadoff double for Todd Walker. There's the go-ahead run for Boston with nobody out in the 8th. Now you've got Garciaparra coming up. He's doubled and homered against Mussina. Benitez is getting ready for the Yankees in their bullpen.
If you're wondering about Garciaparra and saying, well, you got to walk him in this situation, he has not been intentionally walked all year. And the reason is Manny Ramirez is hitting behind him. But don't expect one here.
And Garciaparra will face Mussina. Runner at second. Damian Jackson pinch running for Todd Walker. Garciaparra could put Boston back out in front. Showing bunt and taking ball 1.
That's a trick. No way he's going to be bunting as Benitez is ready for the Yankees. He is bunting.
And a line drive back to Mussina. 1 out. That is impossible to explain. Nomar Garciaparra, who had homered and doubled against Mussina, who's over 100 pitches on the day, with a runner at second and nobody out, is up there bunting.
Go figure. He's had 1 sacrifice all year, and against a guy that he's handled. There's no way you could be bunting there. Now they're going to walk Ramirez. I mean, if Mussina throws the ball hard, I mean, there's no way that Garciaparra is not going to hit it hard if Mussina's in the fat part of the plate.
So an intentional pass handed to Ramirez.
I thought for sure when he squared around the first time that there's no way he's bunting. He's just trying to draw the infield in.
Well, I'll say this, the infielders didn't budge.
No, they couldn't believe it. Say, if you have Nomar Garciaparra bunting against you and you're Joe Torre, you say thank you very much. Now when he pops it up, The infrequency in his trying to bunt dictates that he shouldn't be bunting. If he's hitting all the time, why bunt here all of a sudden? Bunting is a skill. It's an art. You have to do it a lot.
So now with 2 on, 1 out, it is Kevin Millar with Trot Nixon on deck. And Millar, who is 2 out of 3 today against Mussina, will try to put Boston back out in front. Ball 1 outside. Now with Trot Nixon on deck, it's Jesse Orosco getting ready in the bullpen, and Benitez has taken a seat.
Orosco will be the pitcher should Millar get on, because Trot Nixon's the next hitter.
A 4-4 game in the bottom of the 8th.
Boy, that is inexplicable. You're right. This leaves you shaking your head.
A strike over the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You're talking about it the last time he was up. He had 370 one year. He won batting titles in '99 and 2000. You mean he can't at least get him over?
Runners on at first and second, 1 away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mussina trying to get through 8 innings today. Not close, 2-1. Millar has driven in 64 runs on the season. 112 pitches this afternoon for Mussina. Millar hits it into right. Kareem Garcia just into the game, takes care of it, 2 out. And now with Trot Nixon coming up, we'll see if the new left-handed specialist for the Yankees, Orosco, is coming in. He is coming in. Joe Torre comes out of the dugout. And Mussina will exit here in the 8th. A double, a line drive out with Garciaparra trying to bunt. An intentional pass to Ramirez. Millar made the 2nd out of the inning. Here comes Orosco.
Fox tonight, a home invasion. He's running. A desperate chase. And cops are caught in the crossfire. Get down! And all new cops. Then a young woman is found dead. Her son and unborn child missing. You could help solve this mystery. And all new America's Most Wanted. It all starts at 8/7 Central tonight on Fox.
The biggest stories in football are in the NFC, and the NFC's on Fox.
Gonzalez and the D-backs take on Sosa and the Cubs. Fox Saturday Baseball next week.
Ever wanted to get away from the hustle bustle of the big city?
We're gonna make Waterford Falls our new home.
Oh, that's marvelous. Fallen on hard times, have you?
This fall, one man is searching for a life less complicated, but he'll discover.
Join me? Don't smoke, sir. Oh, it's string cheese.
That these plain folks are just plain nuts.
I can't eat this. I'm lactose intolerant. What's the worst that could happen? Cardiac arrest. Come on, one little piece.
A Minute with Stan Hooper, a new comedy coming this fall to Fox. Fox Sunday is being invaded. First, what could plunge Springfield into eternal night?
Oh my God, space monsters are invading us.
Dad, that's a moth.
The Simpsons. Then, Bonsai has invaded America.
Don't miss new betting opportunities.
Critics call Bonsai fall down funny. All new after The Simpsons Fox Sunday.
The
I'm so sick of our parents controlling our lives.
Number 29.
Depending on the outcome of this game, a lot of people will be asking why Nomar Garciaparra was bunting in the 8th, thinking that maybe the ball Millar just hit was going to fall in for a base hit. Instead, it went for the second out, and Garciaparra down there glaring in the dugout. You wonder if he bunted on his own or if he was asked to bunt by Grady Little. That will be something to be determined after the game. And what a terrific effort by Mike Mussina today. 2 on, 2 out, and Gabe Kapler will pinch hit and deal with Orosco. Now the runners will advance to second and third as that ball gets away from Posada.
Second pass ball in 2 games, one with Benitez throwing last night. Ball off the heel of the glove of Posada. And this one did not touch the ground. Now, in Posada's defense, even though both of those balls should have been caught, it is tough catching new pitchers in the middle of the season.
It is a pass ball.
That ball clearly should have been handled.
Second and third, 2 out. Kapler at the plate, trying to be a Red Sox hero today. And it's low. 2-0. On deck is Bill Miller, the number 2 hitter in the league. In the bullpen is Benitez again. As you look at the season split between San Diego and the Yankees. Last night, Orosco faced 2 hitters, got them both out, including striking out Damon with the bases loaded, 2 out in a tie game. On the inside corner, it's 2-1 on Kapler.
Joe, that reaction, at least from my standpoint, looked like Garciaparra was just mad at himself. No glaring at Grady Little, glaring out to the field. I can't imagine Grady Little giving him the sacrifice in that situation.
Here's a 2-1 to Kapler. To third and foul. It's 2-2. They remember Jesse Orosco from 1986. Game 7, final out. And the New York Mets with the victory in the 1986 World Series. The strikeout of Marty Barrett. Kapler 0 for his last 17. Second and third, 2 out, tie game, bottom of the 8th inning. And Gabe just got a piece. Kapler's first weekend with the Red Sox went 7 for 9 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs against the Florida Marlins back at the end of June. Started this season with Colorado as well. Second and third, 2 out, 2-2 the count. Full count.
2-2 curveball, and Kapler will get a 3-2 curveball.
He went, and the inning is over. Rung up by the first base umpire, Kevin Kelly. And an inning that started well for the Red Sox with a leadoff double by Todd Walker ends in frustration. They've stranded 5, and after 8, we're tied 4-4.
I'm not supposed to be here.
There's only one place Wanda really belongs.
I bought you a falafel.
Wanda at Large. Fridays at
Enrique Wilson, first pitch swinging, and he fouls it out of play off to the left. As we go back to the check swing by Kapler. Rung up by the first base umpire, Kevin Kelly. And Orosco comes in and strikes out a right-handed batter. Up the middle. Garciaparra, what a play to his left for the out. On the other side of second base.
Man, what a play. Wilson had led off the 9th inning of last night's game with a base hit up the middle. Perhaps Garciaparra, playing him more to the middle, pirouettes and makes the throw. Brilliant play by a terrific player.
And it is stating the obvious to say that to Garciaparra's credit, he didn't let the frustration of that at bat in the bottom of the 8th inning carry over into the top of the 9th. Ready for that ball to his left. 1 out. Soriano takes a ball up and away. Alfonso Soriano 2 out of 4. He has hit 24 home runs this season. Tied for 5th in the American League. Two 2-0.
Joe, after those 2 games, games 4 and 5 in 2001 against the Diamondbacks Yankees, the horrible finish, the Yankees winning both games. I remember an article by William Roden of the New York Times the next day.
2-0 to Soriano is fouled away.
William said gloom is a universal language. And that was Kim's, as a Korean, the first Korean appearance in the World Series in 2001. And I've always thought that was such an appropriate remark, because gloom was all around him that night.
On 2-1, Soriano fouls it away. 2-2.
Remember how his teammates came to the middle of the field commiserating with him, almost like a viewing or a wake. That's how low the Diamondbacks were after games 4 and 5 against the Yankees, and they came back to beat the Yankees in 7 games.
Two pitch. 2 out. Last night, Byung-Hyun Kim came in the 9th inning. He gave up the sacrifice fly to Derek Jeter. Scoring Enrique Wilson, who singled, stolen second, moved to third on a bunt, and then today coming in the 8th and giving up a 2-out RBI hit to right by Kareem Garcia to score Nick Johnson to tie this game at 4. Now it's Jeter with 2 out, nobody on. Jeter is the one that won that game 4 with an extra inning home run against Byung-Hyun Kim in 2001, hitting a home run to right. Giambi on deck. 0-1 pitch. 0-2. The Red Sox in the bottom of this 9th will have the bottom 3 in their lineup. Miller, Giambi, and Veritek. Through the middle and right through Byung-Hyun Kim into center, and now Giambi will bat.
In last night's game, Derek Jeter, with the sacrifice fly that we just showed you into right center field, almost takes Kim's head off right here. The next hitter, Jason Giambi, was hit in the right thigh. If there was anything that looked intentional, that did. To me, looked like all the frustration of facing the Yankees, and the heck with this, I'm not standing any more of this. Giambi took 2 steps toward the mound and then went to first base. So Giambi perhaps with a different score to settle.
Strike 1. Giambi hitless on the day, 2 walks. 28 home runs this season. One ball, 1 strike. Last year, Uget Urbina had a terrific year closing games for the Red Sox. They let him walk away. They've been struggling to close games all season. Kim had been good before last night since going to the bullpen, as that's high and tight. 2-1 on Giambi. Installed as the Red Sox closer July 1st. 1-2, 5 saves, a 0.68 ERA since. A 2-1 to Giambi.
This is a key pitch right here, because if Kim runs the count to 3-2, you're going to have a running Derek Jeter, a guy within the last week who scored from first base on a 3-2 pitch against Cleveland.
Giambi with a floater into center. That ball might drop. It is caught by Johnny Damon. What a catch, playing deep in center. Coming in and making the dive and grab to end the inning. Byung-Hyun Kim is bailed out by Damon for the final out in the top of the ninth. Bottom of the order coming up. 4-4 the score.
Fox Sunday is being invaded. First, what could plunge Springfield into eternal night?
Oh my God! Space monsters are invading us!
Dad, that's a moth.
The Simpsons. Then, Bonsai has invaded America.
Don't miss new betting opportunities!
Critics call Bonsai fall down funny. All new Bonsai. Then, it's the invasion of the party animals.
Everybody out of here, pronto!
Who's the fat chick?
Malcolm, followed by a bonus Simpsons. The invasion begins with Futurama and King of the Hill at 7 Fox Sunday.
Bottom of the ninth inning. The Red Sox have blown a 4-0 lead today. It's 4-4. And Boston will try to do what they've done 15 times this season, and that is win a game in their final at bat. What a catch by Johnny Damon. And to both of us, he saved a run, even though Jeter started that play at first base with that diving, lunging catch in center field to end the top of this ninth inning on the ball hit by Giambi.
Because if Damon doesn't come up with that ball, Jeter scores. And your point, well taken, to protect deep where he had to play Giambi and to make that play. That was sparkling.
Now it's Armando Benitez trying to keep it 4-4 and send this game into extra innings. Bill Miller hits the first pitch into center for Bernie Williams. One away as we look at the numbers for Armando Benitez with the Yankees. His 5th game, an ERA of 1.80. Anything but automatic for the New York Mets this season. He was an all-star as the Mets representative at U.S. Cellular Field in Chicago in the middle of the month.
There are very few pitchers, with Giambi coming up again. He's had another tough day, 0 for 3. But there are very few pitchers, or players for that matter, who have been traded in the middle of the season and seen their slate wiped clean like Benitez.
Strike one on Giambi, who's 0 for 3 and hitting only 189. 5 home runs this season for the younger brother of the Yankee slugger. Veritek on deck, and a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Ball 1. Tell you that the split-fingered pitch for Armando Benitez really acts just more like a changeup. It doesn't have a ton of downward action, but it's just slower than that mid to high 90s fastball. 1-2 pitch. Giambi. 2-2.
That's the reason Joe Torre took him out of the game last night with the count 2 balls and no strikes. And the runner on at third base. That was a tying run, brought in Rivera. Actually, the go-ahead run at the time in the bottom of the 8th.
2-2 pitch. Giambi lines one into right field. That's a hit, and he's got to think 2. He will round first and hold there with a 1-out single. Well covered by Kareem Garcia down the right field line. That was anything but automatic, and it took a good play to keep Giambi out of scoring position.
You could see Mondesi making a play like this, but with Garcia only a second inning in the field to make a play like that is to his credit. He got the ball before it hit the wall. If it hits the wall, it caroms around there. You don't know what it's going to do. Fine play by Garcia.
Now it's Varitek, who has hit 17 home runs. 0 for 3 today, but that was against Mussina, who pitched 7 2/3 strong innings today for the Yankees. Here's a guy who tied the game last night in the 8th inning with a hit off Mariano Rivera. A 2-out base hit. Beloved by his pitching staff. Far underrated as an all-around player is Jason Varitek. 1-0 pitch. A high strike. It's 1-1.
It's interesting, the crowd right now. It's almost sedate. Normally a tie ball game with the runner on in the 9th inning, it's everybody on their feet, but you know, it seems like the crowd's almost skeptical, saying, no, it doesn't matter what we do, we can't beat these guys.
The Yankees 7-4 against the Red Sox this season, but it's history playing a part of that. And within this season, a lot of late inning heartache for the Boston Red Sox and their faithful fans. A 1-1 to Varitek. It's foul, off to the right, out of play, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. 4-4 in the bottom of the 9th. 2-2. Control has been a problem this season for Armando Benitez.
Best example of that game, of that, the lack of control, was exhibited against the Yankees in that Sunday night game when he walked 4 in an inning to blow a save.
Game the Mets eventually lost. 2-2. 3-2 with Johnny Damon, the leadoff hitter in this Boston lineup, on deck.
And I would think you'd have to send the runner right here. Giambi is not a fast runner, but that has nothing to do with it. It's up to Varitek to put the ball in play. Stay out of the double play. You do a lot of things sending the runner in this situation.
Giambi is running. Varitek strikes out. Throw down. Safe. And with 2 out, Giambi steals second. And that's the potential winning run here in the 9th inning.
It's harder to throw for a catcher on a 3-2 count because his first responsibility is to stay back and to try to get the strike. You can see Posada just a little bit back on his heels and not firing out of there because he doesn't want to, in case the pitch is a strike and it has to be called, he doesn't want to go out of there and rob Benitez of the strike.
And now they will walk Johnny Damon after Jeremy Giambi just picked up his first ever stolen base in the big league.
Is that right? His first ever?
And it'll be 2 on with 2 out for Damian Jackson, who took over as a pinch runner last inning for Todd Walker.
You know, seeing Derek Jeter make that attempted tag on Jeremy Giambi, more of the conventional tag, nothing like the backflip that Jeter made in Oakland when Jeremy Giambi tried to score against the Athletics in that famous play, infamous as far as the Athletics are concerned, when the Yankees came from behind to beat the Athletics 3-2.
Well, it's going to be 2 on with 2 out, and David Ortiz is going to pinch hit for Damian Jackson, which is interesting because only Mirabelli is left on the bench, and should this game continue into extra innings, it's going to have to be creative defensive positioning by Grady Little on the infield. We'll give you our good hands play of the game as they talk on the mound, and there are 2 of them. It's presented by Allstate. First, Bernie Williams in left center field in the 6th inning. That robbed Miller, and then last inning to keep it a 4-4 game. In the top of this 9th inning, the diving catch by Damon to end the threat in the top of this 9th. And now with 2 on and 2 out, here comes David Ortiz, the typical DH for this Boston team, hitting .284.
Should that happen, Joe, Ortiz will definitely stay in the game and go to first. Millar will probably move to second base.
Fastball for a strike, and Ortiz didn't like the call. You could put Miller at second base and move Millar to third.
That's
potentially.
True. Yeah.
Trying to win it in the bottom of the 9th inning with Ortiz. 2 on, 2 out, and now 2 strikes on the pinch hitter.
Red Sox and Grady Little hope they don't have that problem. They hope to end it here, of course.
Big numbers for Ortiz this season against the Yankees. Benitez trying to send it to the 10th. Doesn't get the outside part. Ball 1. Giambi, the lead runner at second. 2 out. 1-2 pitch. Into left center field. That might do it. The Boston Red Sox have defeated the Yankees 5-4. David Ortiz delivers in the pinch with 2 out in the 9th. Jeremy Giambi, who these fans were booing as he walked to the plate with 1 out and nobody on in this 9th inning, singled, picked up his first ever major league stolen base, and scores on the 2-out pinch hit by David Ortiz.
Grady Little sending the runner 3-2. And as you said, Joe, Giambi getting his first ever stolen base. He's at second, and after the walk to Damon, the game-winning hit by Ortiz, and relief for the Red Sox as Byung-Hyun Kim becomes the winner in this ball game.
For Boston, their 16th victory in their final at bat, and it comes with 2 out against Armando Benitez. Benitez is tagged with the loss. Byung-Hyun Kim will get the victory, and who would have thought at the start of this season you would have the Red Sox and the Yankees meeting on July 26th and see winning pitcher Kim for Boston, losing pitcher Benitez for the Yankees. And Nomar Garciaparra, you talk about relief with that failed bunt effort in the 8th inning, a line drive out to Mike Mussina. There's John Burkett, today's starting pitcher, now wearing shorts and a cutoff t-shirt and sandals, out to join in the celebration, and Giambi is right in the middle of it, as he should be for the Boston Red Sox.
Burkett thinks it's a Beach Boys concert.
And the Yankees will leave and look ahead to tomorrow, the rubber game of this series. A thriller last night won by the Yankees, and a thriller today won by the Boston Red Sox. And Boston now 2.5 games out in the AL East. For more information on today's game and for the latest information on Major League Baseball, go to foxsports.com. Next week on Fox, Albert Pujols and the Cardinals visit the Mets. The Dodgers go to Atlanta. Bonds and the Giants head to Cincinnati. Coverage starts at 1 Eastern. Check your local listings. For Tim McCarver, I'm Joe Buck, and our thanks to Steve Horn in the booth, Jeff Gowen, John Moore, our director, and so many, Eric Billigmeyer, who helped bring this game to you. We say so long from Boston. You've been watching Fox Sports, your home for the 2003 Major League Baseball postseason and World Series. The Yankees and Red Sox split the first 2 games of this set. Yankees won by 1 last night. The Red Sox on this win by 1 today. So long from Fenway.